to the end zone. It's caught. Washington for the Steelers touchdown.
Welcome back to 5-Star Matchup. Important programming note. YouTube and the NFL are no longer allowing me to upload this show in full. Peep the description to find the rest of the quarters linked below. Or if you want the video in its glorious ad-free full version, hop over to patreon.com/5SMU and support the show for just $4 or $7 a month. That's $1 an episode. Well, it's week 2 and we find ourselves in the often unfriendly confines of Mile High as Justin Fields and your Pittsburgh Steelers seek their first 2-0 start since we had purchase limits on toilet paper. Enter Bo Nix, the Kenny Pickett-like 24-year-old rookie who played 5 years in college and never really got good until the last one.
And then got nominated for the Heisman and overdrafted in the first round before throwing a deeply pathetic 13 touchdown passes on 713 goddamn passing attempts in his first 2 years while somehow being 4 years older than CJ f***ing Stroud.
Whoa, was I in Cerebro again? Now to Justin Fields and the Steelers offense, and you'd really like to see them get off to a strong start today. Alright. Back to Bodavius Nix and the bumbling Broncos offense, who get going with a pitch underneath followed by an underwhelming run. And on 3rd and short, one must always remember Alexander the Great, who swoops under his blocker like a pelican grabbing a gullet full of fish, and this drive is deader than Sean Payton's career without Drew Brees. Back to the Steelers offense, Fields faces and places a 3rd and medium pass down the middle to his man Georgie Porgy, who scampers between the hashes for a handful. Now see this is the kind of shit I fuck with. 1st and 10, Strawberry Fields faces some fast pressure and simply outruns it. Not only does he turn a potential negative play into a positive one, he turns it into a literal 16-yard run. Towed up the gut by the still seemingly tepid Jay Warren gets him inside the 20, and no wonder Justin Fields is donning his finest Armani suit, because we are in the business zone. Because no one rocks a pair of slacks better than number 88, the mustachioed one dials up a neat little rollout lob to the Muth Man, and the Steelers are officially knocking on the door of their first score of the season. Couple plays later, and I cannot tell a lie! It's the president himself, Mr. Darnell Washington, pulling in the Steelers' first touchdown of the year and the first of his career. Just a beautifully timed pitch and catch between Fields and Washington, and a gorgeous sequence called by Art Smith to finally break the plane for the Steelers. You'll love to see it. Back to the Broncos, who get Nix settled into the game with another toss over the middle for a first, and we head already into the second quarter. Into the second quarter now, and if Bo Nix's passing ability was acting ability, he'd be the Gal Gadot of quarterbacks.
Kalel, no!
Sure, he looks the part, but he stinks. Why even throw at Joey Jr.? Broncos dot the I at the 1-yard line because f*** me, but hey, nothing more demoralizing than a 99-yard drive, right? Fields falls forward to give him room to whisper before Najee rockets through the middle to give him room to shout. And don't look now, but Art Smith is scheming a heck of a run game. Justin finds Jalen for the easy pitch and run, but Broderick Jones proceeds to have perhaps the worst sequence I've ever seen an offensive lineman have. First, he false starts on 3rd and 6 to push him back, but Strawberry Fields hits George anyways, and they keep moving. Najee, who clearly has no vision, hits a patient gash for a gainer, but what else is new? It's coming back. Yet again, young Bulldog Broderick Jones gets hit with a penalty. While I'm not excusing it, what the hell is Tomlin doing with Broderick Jones anyway? Pick a side and let him stick with it, please. 2nd and 18, Fields stands in, doesn't spin around like a top, and scrambles right to deliver a fucking bullet down the field to George Pickens, who snares it for a field-flipping gainer. Is what I'd say if Broderick Jones wasn't in the midst of the worst stretch of his career. And this one's coming back. But do remember this play later when we talk about Justin Fields. Back over to the Broncos, and their only hope is to get it moving on the ground. And here they do so with an embarrassing gash at the heart of the Steelers' highly compensated defense, followed by more of the same, this time from the quarterback himself. And suddenly the Broncos are threatening to break into a gallop. Luckily, the Steelers employ Omega-level Eater of Worlds Trent Jordan Watt, who this time gets a sack with just a finger. Nix laid down for the GOAT. If that's not respect, I don't know what is. Sean Payton decides for some reason to go for it on 4th, and that goes pretty much exactly how you'd expect, which is terrible. Yeah, rookie this, rookie that, this kid stinks. Where's he going with that pass anyway? Even if it doesn't get tipped at the line, it's got no chance of being completed. Because Justin Fields is never one to look a gift horse in the mouth, he stands and stands and stands, and finally goes down for a minor loss, just a baffling play. But on 2nd and 11, it's the always effervescent Najman getting it back and more to set up a gotta have it 3rd and medium. And have it they do. Mike T loves to talk about players doing routine things routinely, and that's what I've seen from Justin Fields over 2 weeks. Speaking of, on 2nd and 6, he fires another one deep, this time to Van Justin Jefferson, who had a step but gets interfered with. Again, remember for Fields, this isn't a completion, but he did his job and it would have been complete without the penalty. Just saying. Deep in the red zone, the Steelers hit Jay for a few, followed by an absolutely incrinculant pitch, catch, and dive into pay dirt by the curious one, and the Steelers take a commanding 14-0 lead. Is again what I would say if Cleet Blakeman wasn't the head official for this fucking game. But because he is, I'm left wondering what it's like to root for a team that can score multiple touchdowns in a half. At least, there's always the Boz. Steelers head in for orange slices and pretzel rods, up by 10. Get the full 5-star experience by becoming a supporter on Patreon. You get the full show without ads, plus access to our Discord server, and plenty of other benefits. Best part is, it literally costs $4 a month. I don't want to hear it. I've written $4 worth of jokes in this episode already, or you wouldn't be watching. Join now. Patreon.com/5SMU.